Hey, good morning, everybody. Well, I say good morning. It's noon now. So how about hello and welcome to Comfort Food Devotionals. I have a word I want to share with you today. Before I do, y'all forgive me. I am just dying of thirst. Like I think I'm about to die. I'm so thirsty. I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't leave this live stream. I'm just so thirsty. You see what I see? Excuse me for one moment. Oh, I'm quenched. That was awesome. Now, you know what else I'm thirsty for? Some comfort, which is why we're watching Comfort Food Devotionals. Well, guess what else I have to quench my thirst, right? This is the thing. When I'm thirsty, sometimes I come in from working, I drink and I drink deeply, and it is so quenching, and it cures my thirst. The Word of God is a lot like that. And when you need something, yes, it's awesome that you have a church family. It's cool that people share inspirational memes on social media, but there's nothing quite like this. Let me take you to one of my favorite Psalms, Psalm 34. I want to read this to you. Psalm 34, I'm going to read verse 4 and on right here. I sought the Lord and he answered me and rescued me from all my fears. Those who look at him are radiant with joy. Wouldn't you like to be that? Their faces will never be ashamed. This poor man cried and the Lord heard him and saved him from all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him and rescues them. And we're there like, rescue, bring the rescue. Taste and see that the Lord is good. How happy is the person who takes refuge in him. Taste and see. You who are his holy ones fear the Lord, for those who fear him lack nothing. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Drink deeply in what Jesus has for you. If I were to ask you the question, have you ever really drank deeply from the Word of God? Deep study, deep focus on what God has for me, what God has for my life. What would your answer be? It's right here. I know there's a struggle because we're a nation who doesn't have a lot of time, or do we? Look, we make time. You have a 10-page dissertation on whether or not Carol Baskins killed her husband, okay? You have time to meet with God. We've got to take the time, or make the time, make space to drink deeply from the Word of God. Let me take you to the New Testament just quickly here. I'm in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15 and on. Pay careful attention then to how you live, not as unwise people, but as wise, making the most of the time because the days are evil. So don't be foolish, but understand what the Lord's will is. Make the most of the time. Yes, you have limited time. We all do. It is an age-old problem. Time. But if you will make time to drink deeply from what God has for you, I believe that he'll show you something. In all of this, and maybe just through the history of your life, you think the question, I think people are getting something that I'm not getting. Like they're reading their Bible and they're all pumped about it, and I read it and I'm, whatever. I encourage you, I urge you, get on your knees and say, God, speak to me. And drink deeply from the Word of God. No distractions. I always take a tablet with me because as soon as my mind gets still, I start thinking of things that I have to do. So I've got a little notebook and I'll just write that down and I'll get back to that later, right? Airplane mode your phone, silence it, whatever. Drink deeply from the Word of God. I believe he has something for you. If you're new to the Bible in general, the Bible's in the Old Testament and New Testament. Go to the New Testament. The first 4 books are Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. All of those are good. The whole Bible is good. But I recommend John if you'll start reading there. Maybe you're not brand new to the Bible and you're kind of wondering, like, I don't really know if I'm a child of God or not. Towards the end of the Bible, there was a very small book, only 5 chapters, called 1 John. You're hurting. You need comfort, any of it, even in the Old Testament, the Psalms, but any of it. I encourage you, if you're new to it, start in the New Testament, but make some space and drink deeply from the Word of God, and you will not regret it. I hope y'all have a beautiful week. I love you all. Miss you. Can't wait to see everyone in person again around a table full of Mexican food. So bless y'all. Have a great day.